Hey everyone, Crow back again, and as I'm filming this, it is March 3rd, 2018, and that means it's been exactly 1 year since the Nintendo Switch was released. Now, I did pick up my Switch on launch day, and I thought I'd just make this video kind of showing off the things that I've gotten over the past year for the Switch, as well as what I think about, the things that I picked up, as well as what I hope to see in the future. So stay tuned if you're interested. So as I mentioned, I did get the Switch on launch day. I actually had it pre-ordered on Amazon, and I got it in the mail the same day it was released. And I kind of wanted to bring all that stuff out, but all those boxes and stuff are stored under the house, and I really didn't feel like going to get that stuff. Yeah, I'm not going under there. But as a substitute, I did take a picture of all the things that were in the box before I opened anything. So as you can see, I did get the Nintendo Switch with the black Joy-Cons. I would have gone for the colored ones, the red and blue ones, but they were really sold out. They sold out quickly for the pre-order. So I went with the black ones. I didn't think it really made a difference. And I actually kind of like the black ones as well. But also, as you can see there, I did get Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as the one game that I would get on launch day. And I'll get into that as I go through the games. And also, I did get the amiibos, all the amiibos for Breath of the Wild on the same day. Why not? All came in one big giant box. Now, before I talk about any of the games I've bought for the Switch over the past year, I kind of want to talk about some of the accessories, because I have bought some accessories, not a whole lot, but some of them I bought were pretty recent, so I haven't shown them off in any videos before. Now, aside from a screen protector, the very first thing I had to buy was a case, and this was the case I bought, because I do play the Switch at home a lot, but the first time I was thinking about taking it out, I was like, well, I do need a carrying case for this. So this was just like one of the most basic ones I picked up, near the launch. So it's very simple. Oh, look, I actually have the games in there. I thought they were in the game cases. Well, some of them are in the game cases, I guess. But yeah, you just fit the Switch in there. You got your games in there. I actually have them doubled up. I actually have another case coming for this. It hasn't come yet, but it should actually come today. But it's just a simple SD card case that I'm going to use with a zipper. But yeah, it's a very nice carrying case. There's really nothing fancy to it. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. I might get a bigger one in the future, but for right now, this one's good enough. Now, when I do take the Switch on the go, I'm usually not sitting there playing it like this. No, I'm usually, sitting at a table or something, and I like to pop the kickstand out and sit it there and play it at like this. The problem is, though, I also like to always have my things charging at the same time too. Now, the Switch charging port and USB-C port is at the bottom, and while you do have it up on the kickstand here, you cannot plug this in while you're playing it. A little bit of a downside there, and I mean, it kind of bothered me. So one of the very first things I bought was this little, collapsible folding stand. It's by Hori, I believe. Yeah, it's there, Hori. And this thing just pops open. It kind of just triggers out like that. And you could sit it in there. It kind of like has these little pegs that lock it into place there. And bam, you could also charge this thing while you're playing. Now you could also thread it through there or whatever. I usually don't do that, but usually this is good enough for me. And if I'm usually playing the console like this, I usually, won't have these on here, the Joy-Cons on here. Instead, they have this little thing bundled in there. This is the one that comes bundled with the system. You just click the Joy-Cons in there and you play like that. Now, I did play the very first game I got for the system, Legend of Zelda, like this for some time, but the range of the sticks really does feel odd to me. It feels like the Vita sticks. And to me, that really was... It was okay, but I felt it could be better, so I did spring the money to get the Pro Controller, I think it's called. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I mean, this thing is expensive, but man, is it worth it. I know that there's an updated version of this that's better in some way, I'm not sure, but this thing is still fantastic. So whenever I take this thing on the go, I usually take this controller with me. Now, the final accessory is probably something you're already aware of what it is, since it is in the thumbnail of this video. But I wanted those extra colored Joy-Cons, but I didn't want to pay $80 for a set of something I really didn't need. And I was at Disc Replay, and this was very recently, like maybe 2 weeks ago, and they had a whole pile of pre-owned or used or just not in the box Joy-Cons of all different colors. And I kind of wanted the yellow ones, but they didn't have the yellow ones, but I settled on these pink and green ones, and they were $50. Now, that's like $30 cheaper than if they were new. And they came with everything that would normally would have come with, including the clips that clip them on the side there for, you know, single player for one controller. And I'm really happy with this because honestly, the different colors make this seem like a whole different thing. I'm really pleased with it. I mean, it's something I really didn't need, but now if I ever desire to play 4 players of something, I have that option because now I've got 4 Joy-Cons. Like, realize there's no place I could actually show that. So I do have 4 Joy-Cons now. I might have to get an extra charger for these so I could charge these separately from these, but I've never had a use for it yet, but I really like. It's funny because I barely use these things to begin with, but just having them on there like this makes this seem like a whole brand new thing to me. And actually, I won't lie, I'm looking forward to seeing what colors they come out in the future. Now, I said that these Joy-Cons were the last accessory, but that was a lie because there's actually one other really cheap, really almost insignificant thing I bought for the Switch. It was a $5 item I saw at Toys R Us. But, you know, for $5, I couldn't resist it because one of the things that kind of annoys me about the Switch is that flimsy kickstand they have at the back. But I saw that Nyko has a replacement kickstand. And there it is. I actually had it open the whole time. I like how it's metal. I like how it's white. And it just, you know, the back of this, just colors are all over the place. So for some reason, I like that. It looks like a Frankenstein system like this. And I really like that for some reason. But the extra bonus for this, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but you could actually store an extra micro SD card inside there. I don't know if I'll ever need that in the future, but that option is there if I need to. And it's a nice place because that is where the micro SD card will be usually be put in anyway. I say usually, it's always there. It's not like you could put it anywhere else. But there you go. Those are the accessories. All right, let's talk about the games. In the order I've got them, obviously you've already seen in the picture earlier in the video, the first game I got was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, I initially wasn't interested in this game. In fact, if there was anything else available at launch that I was interested in, I probably wouldn't have bought this game. You see, I haven't been interested in the Legend of Zelda series since A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. I just did not like it when Ocarina of Time came out on the Nintendo 64 and it became this whole 3D thing. I preferred the 2D thing. And I did play those games. I kind of really didn't like them because the thing I liked about the earlier Zelda games was the sense of exploration, the sense that you could go anywhere. And I feel that this game, Breath of the Wild, brings that back. And this is my most played game on the Switch. I probably put in over 120, 130 hours into this game. I did not stop playing this game for like 2 months after I got the Switch. Even after I was getting more and more games, I was still playing this game until I had successfully completed every shrine and beaten every boss, and then finally going to beat the game. I played this game just slowly. I was in no rush to beat this game. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Next up is a digital title. See, since this was the only game I bought for the Switch and I wanted to play something with my wife, I wound up picking up digitally Snipperclips, just so we had something to play together. It's an okay game. It's a game of cooperation, so it can get kind of frustrating when the two of you don't agree on a way to solve a puzzle. That's kind of the reason we stopped playing it, because we would argue about how to solve the puzzle and we'd get mad at each other. So I kind of stopped playing it. But I did give the updated version of that, the physical version, Snipperclips. I don't remember what the subtitle was. I gave it to my sister and my niece for Christmas, because they got a Switch for Christmas. And my sister texted me one day saying that it was the best game ever. So they really enjoy it. Next game bought was The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. This was something I wanted to buy, but instead my father-in-law actually bought it for my wife. But I'm probably the one that plays this the most. Now, I did have this on Steam, but it's just so much more convenient to have this on the Switch and to play this on the go. So really happy with this one. Of course, I had to buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I really like this game on the Wii U. I played it online on the Wii U all the time. I actually bought all the DLC for it, and this includes all the DLC that was in the Wii U version, plus some more. So, you know, after I played this for a bit, I'll go back occasionally and still play this online just to have fun for a few races. Next up, we have Puyo Puyo and Tetris. You know, what's funny is every time there's a Tetris game out for any system, I gotta buy it. So I was buying it mainly for Tetris, but you know, Puyo Puyo is having a bonus. That's a fun game as well. I kind of like the different modes and how it mixes things up, but I'll be honest, this game gets kind of boring after a while. I don't know if it's just because I've played Tetris for so long. I mean, we're talking about back on the Commodore 64, I was playing Tetris, and Puyo Puyo is okay too, but I'm not as good at it. I'm not a big Puyo Puyo fan. I do like it. Again, it's not like I don't like the game. I'll play it, but I'd rather play Tetris, I guess. So, you know, I'm happy with it. This came in this weird box because it included a keychain. Actually, it came with 2 keychains, so that's the box I have here. Next up, we have Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is a really fun game, but I haven't played it as much as I would have liked, just because there's so many other titles out there that I'm playing. This is, you know, one of those games that's almost perfect portably because it's turn-based, and I really like that. So, no big action necessary. I could actually see myself playing this in handheld mode a lot. Next up, we have Super Mario Odyssey, of course. A lot of people have named this Game of the Year. I personally, I think I like The Legend of Zelda better. I think that was a bigger upgrade over the last Zelda installments than this Mario Odyssey. But yeah, this kind of reminds, a lot of people say, hey, it's Mario 64 back. But for me, it was like Mario Galaxy back in a way. Yeah, I played this, got all the way to the very, very, very end. There's that, I'm not going to say where it is, but there's that very, very last, very, very long level. I haven't actually beaten that yet, so I still have to go back and beat that. But I did get the skeleton outfit, and that was, for me, the goal. Hey, I got the skeleton outfit, I'm done. Okay, I might come back to this some other time, but I did play the hell out of this game as well. Next up, we got Cave Story Plus. I do remember getting this for my birthday. This was actually one of those games that was recommended by Metal Jesus Rocks one day, I think. So I said, hey, you know what, if you're interested in getting me a game, get me this game. I think it was my sister-in-law that got me this game. It's a shoot 'em up in a dungeon area. I haven't played too much into this. Again, Nicalis, they did the release of Binding of Isaac, and they always have these fun, you know, they always have an instruction manual. This one comes with a little mini soundtrack. They always put little bonuses in there. Nicalis, they're like the best publisher right now on the Switch, just because of the content they put in their releases. It's not bare bones at all. You're not just getting a case and a game card like even Nintendo does, but they're actually putting in little goodies as well. Another release by Nicalis, I also got this for my birthday, Tiny Barbarian DX. Again, you're going to get, you know, a little bag of goodies, and you know, there's a sticker that was on the outside of it. They always have these stickers that are outside of the plastic. I always peel them off and put them back in there. But yeah, you're always getting goodies. This is a really fun side-scrolling beat-em-up. Very small graphics and everything. Next up, Splatoon 2. I have a feeling that this was out of order. My apologies. I'm pretty sure I got Splatoon 2 before Cave Story and Tiny Barbarian. I could be wrong, though. I don't remember when this was actually released. I think it was September. I'm not sure. But I'm not that big of a fan of Splatoon, but I figured, you know, I'll give it another shot. I always get frustrated when I play this online, just because it seems like everybody else has been playing this day in and day out, and I just like to play it, you know, I just want, when I jump in and play it, I was like, oh, I'm just going to play this a little bit, and I just get my ass handed to me, and I really get frustrated playing this online. It does have a single player mode, which is the reason I haven't gotten rid of it, but I don't know, I'm not too excited over Splatoon, or Splatoon 2 for that matter. Next up, I know this was a Black Friday deal. I found Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. I originally had this on the Vita, but since this was on the Switch, I was like, you know what, I bought it on the Switch, and I wound up selling off the Vita version, because, you know, why, I'm not going to really play the Vita version if I have this version. This is a better version, too. Next up, we have Rime. I bought this because it was on sale on Amazon when it was released. I think there was some sort of flaw with the pricing or something like that. And it was like either $10 or $15. And I had it pre-ordered for the longest time. And I think I really got a really big discount on it just because there was some sort of flaw, I think, when I pre-ordered it. So that's the only reason I really got it. I really haven't played it that much. For me, it seemed like Breath of the Wild seemed like Legend of Zelda's Breath of the Wild without any of the fighting, or really the monsters for that matter. It's just an open world where you're exploring and trying to solve puzzles, and that's all right with me. Next up, another game from Nicalis. I haven't actually put this one in any pickup video. In the next 3 games, I haven't had in any pickup videos yet, but this is The End Is Nigh. I saw this at Toys R Us, and I saw Nicalis, I kind of looked it up, and it kind of reminded me of Super Meat Boy, so I went ahead and bought it. You know, these stickers were originally on the outside wrapper, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stick those on the case itself. Again, you're always getting bonuses with these Nicalis games. Get a manual and then this little, you know, gooey guy, which is the main character in the game. But yeah, it's a real interesting platforming game. Reminded me of Super Meat Boy, which is why I bought it. And of course, Bayonetta 2. Was looking forward to this one. I had this on the Wii U, and I never really played it. For some reason, I never found the time to play it on the Wii U. So I figured, you know, I'll buy it again on the I was going to say PlayStation, but again on the Switch. I sold off the Wii U copy. Again, my Wii U copy had physical versions of Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. This doesn't have the physical copy of Bayonetta, it's just a download. And I think that's fine. I've said this before in another video. Because you're really paying for Bayonetta 2. You're getting Bayonetta for free. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth, you know. And then finally, we got Rocket League. This came out of nowhere. I really enjoyed Rocket League on Steam. I'd play it on my laptop, but it just got, you know, to thinking like, you know what? There's a lot of physical releases of Rocket League now. There were no physical releases of Rocket League when I bought it on Steam. Honestly, I could have done without a physical release just because it is a game that you kind of have to play online to an extent. Now, you could play this, you know, not online with friends, and you know, this might be where the 4 controllers come in play, because you can play it on your TV with the 4 controllers. I think in portable mode, you're limited to 2 players. But still, I love Rocket League. I'm terrible at it. I'm very, very, very bad at it. But I really enjoy this game nonetheless. But you can look forward to those last 3 games in a future pickup video, but that about covers it for the games. So those are the games and accessories I bought for the Switch in the last year. I'm sure I'll be buying plenty more games in the upcoming year. I do like how it's a portable system, but honestly, I do play it plugged into the TV more often than not. But it is nice that I could just take this on the go if I'm going to a friend's house, or even last year I went camping, I took this with me and I played this a whole bunch. What I hope to see for the future is actually limited run games. Said they were going to be putting some titles on the Switch. I'm kind of looking forward to that. So I might rebuy some of the games that I've gotten for the PS4 and put them on the Switch instead if they decide to re-release some games. I think like Saturday Night RPG, Flint Hook. Once I get those games on the Switch, I'm probably going to sell off the older versions because I'd rather play them on the Switch, honestly. I also want to see less of a trend of game companies putting out games on the Switch physically that also require a digital download. Because it's probably because they don't want to pay for the expanded sizes of the game card, but maybe in the next upcoming year the prices on that will go down and Nintendo will also release a 64GB card. I mean, it's wishful thinking, but hopefully we don't have to deal with half physical, half digital, you know, a year from now on the Switch. And that about covers it. Let me know in the comments below if there's something that came out for the Switch over the last year that I didn't get that you think I might be interested in. Also, maybe titles in the future that you may be interested in. Until then, see y'all next time. Bye. Alright, looks like it's the end of the video, so now I suppose it's time I'm supposed to tell you to like and comment and subscribe and do all that other stuff. But I'm not going to tell you to do that. You do what you want to do. Hey, give the video a thumbs down if you feel like it, because you know what? Any feedback is good feedback. See you next time.